I woke up pissed off and angry today. And honestly, I think you should be pissed off and angry as well. Now, I'm not talking about being that pissed off and grumpy and angry kind of guy. Definitely don't be that guy. They're not the most pleasurable people to be around, let's be honest here. See, I've been in the coaching game since 2015. So quite some time if you think about it. Compared to some people, maybe not so much. Compared to some of the beginners out there, I've got some stripes on my shoulder, let's say. But in saying that, I've been in this coaching game since 2015. And honestly, it's taken me a very, very long time to see any sort of success or traction in my online business or online entrepreneurial sort of time frame or journey. See, when I got started in 2015, I started out as an in-person coach, did the whole personal trainer thing for a couple of years, grew my in-person business to a relatively decent size before jumping into the online world. But that entire time of being a face-to-face coach, I'll be honest, I still wasn't making that kind of amazing money for the amount of time, effort, and energy that I was putting into that business. It wasn't until 2021 where I started to see some traction happening with my business, my online business, the Bikini Body Project it was called, which is my online fitness coaching business at that time. It was only in sort of 2021 where I really started to see some traction happening with that. But in saying that, it's only really been in the last 9 months at the time of filming of this, which is, where are we? April 2024. It's only really been in the last 9 months leading up to today's date where I've started to see the most amount of traction and success within my business. And even though I've tried and failed literally dozens of times with what I've been doing, and I'm sure that you have as well, I'm pissed off that I'm not further along my journey. I'm pissed off and angry that I haven't achieved more success in the time that I've been putting in with this whole online business thing. And you know what? If you're someone that knows deep down you have big goals, you have some desires there, and you know that you want to achieve really big things in your life, then if I was you, I'd be pissed off about your situation, and I'd be pissed off that I wasn't further along as well. Especially if you're in a position where you actually control the variables. Because each day you wake up with a choice. That choice being, you can wake up, have a little bit of a lie-in, take it easy in the morning, pretend to sort of be busy all day, fluff around doing a few bits and pieces, waste a few hours working out which color you're going to use in your pretty little Canva post, and then call it a day saying, oh, well done, I did such a great day, such a good day today, I worked so hard. But in reality, you know deep down that you're ending that day feeling like a sad sack of shit because you're not any closer towards your goals, you didn't make any more money, and you don't feel like you're gaining any more traction within your business. Or what you can do is you can wake up and you can choose the hard path. Now, I don't want to sound like David Goggins or any of those super hardcore guys right now, but if you wake up and you choose the hard path and you focus on the right inputs that are going to drive your business forward each day, then you're going to get a significantly different outcome. Because what you should be focusing on is using that anger that you have right now about not being as successful as you are and not being as further along than you could be. You should be using that anger as fuel. Using that anger as fuel to drive you forward, to focus on the right things, to wake up with that fire in your belly to go and actually get shit done. Because the sad truth is that nobody is coming to rescue you. I don't want to be all pity party and sad and pessimistic right now, but the brutal truth is that nobody is coming to save you. The only person that can save you is you. No one's going to, fly into your house and hold your hand and get you to type on your keyboard or do the work for you. No, none of that's going to happen. The only person that can make shit happen is you. You have to be the one to go out there and grab the shit that you want in life. No one else is going to go and grab it for you. You have to get your hand and go and grab it. So if you're feeling like me today and you're angry and you're pissed off that you're not further along, remember, we're not trying to be grumpy here, then here are 3 things that you can focus on that are going to help you start to move forward with a lot more action and also a lot more intent. So step number 1 is you need to get clear and make a game plan. Now, a lot of people will often just overstep this for the action. They just start doing a whole bunch of shit, but here's the thing, if you don't know what you should be taking action on, then how can you confidently know that what you're taking action on is going to get you to where you want to get to? This is why spending some time initially getting clear on what it is that you want and what you should be focusing on, so you can then build out this game plan. You can build yourself a roadmap, so then you know, okay, if I'm here, I need to focus on this, and then I need to focus on this, and then I need to focus on that, and that's going to get me moving forward. This is one of the first steps that I focus on inside of Freedom Coach, which is my coaching business. We sit down and we work out what your goals are going to be. A lot of my clients come in and they don't really like doing it, but then once they have gone through that process, they gain that clarity and they go, wow, this is the kind of life that I want. These are the goals that I have to build that, and this is the kind of business that I want. So then to be able to build that, well, okay, this is what it's going to look like to build that. Here are the inputs you need to focus on. Here is your roadmap. Now start taking action. This is why it's so important to gain clarity and then have a clear roadmap so you can start taking action on the right things. Number 2 is dedicate yourself to a 90-day sprint. Now, you might have heard of monk mode before. You may have not. I've got another video on my channel that goes into a whole lot more depth on that. Just go find it. You'll see it inside of there. But essentially what you want to look at doing is commit yourself for the next 90 days to whatever it is that you need to be focusing on. Remove all distractions from your life and just focus on that 1 or 2 things that you need to be focusing on that are going to help you move forward towards your goals. You will be surprised simply by removing a lot of the distractions from your life and just having a period of time where there is intense focus and intense discipline, what can be pulled off. Now, if 90 days sounds a little bit intimidating to you, that's totally fine. You can build up to this. I would recommend the lowest amount of intense focus time would be 2 weeks, but ideally start at the 4-week mark. So 28 days or 30 days, something like that. Do a 30-day sprint and then reassess how you're going. I would definitely be going either up to 60 or 90 days. I'm quite competitive myself, and I know that a lot of people aren't going to do 90 days or more, which is what I get a bit of a kick out of, because I'm like, well, if no one else is going to be doing this, I'm definitely going to do this then, because this is where people won't go to, and I'm willing to go to those lengths. So what you want to look at doing is set up some sort of game plan and then start a 90-day intense focus period where you just sprint hard towards your goals. And then the third step here is accountability. Now, this again, just like the other 2 steps, is always overlooked. You think that you're disciplined and you think that you do the work, but have you ever been in a gym workout where you've been working out with a friend or a personal trainer or somebody else, and they just pushed you to that extra edge that you didn't realize that you had, or that edge that you know you hadn't been pushing to? It's the same thing with getting accountability. It's someone that's going to hold you to a certain level of expectations and a certain standard to make sure that you show up and you do the work. Because here's the thing, if you're an entrepreneur and you're running your own show, which most people that are watching my videos are, then the only person you have to motivate yourself and to be disciplined is yourself. So if you've got a low expectation and you keep falling even lower than that expectation, then why do you think your progress might be slow? It's time that you raise those expectations, and to raise those, you can either do it yourself and you can become disciplined, but let's be honest, if you're watching this video, it's probably because you're pissed off that you're not making more progress with your business goals. So it's probably a fantastic time to hire somebody to hold you accountable, whether it's a mentor, whether it's one of your friends, whether it's someone who's a similar coach to you or in a similar business to you. You just need somebody else in your corner to make sure that you're doing the work that needs to get done. Otherwise, well, when you're feeling a little bit tired or when it's raining and you don't kind of want to do it, you're not going to do it. But if someone's in your corner and they're getting you to do it and they're holding you accountable, you'd be surprised what will get done. Now, I know there's going to be some people out there that will watch this video that are going to get up on their little, high horse and be like, well, you should just be happy with what you got and be happy with the progress that you're making. That there are people out there that are worse off than you are. Look, I completely understand that point of view. I respect that opinion, but at the end of the day, if you're anything like me and you know that you have a high level of expectation, you know that you have big goals, big dreams, and big desires, that doesn't cut it. And honestly, these are always the people that feel the need to tell you this because they are outward projecting their own thoughts and insecurities onto you because they know that they're probably not even willing to step up and do the work in the first place. So if people start saying that shit to you, you need to cut them out. Don't listen to their opinions because I would definitely not take advice from somebody who isn't in the position that I want to be in. And the people that always tell you to be happy with what you've got and be happy with your progress, they're always the ones that are either equal to you or lower than you. They're never above you. Never. Because the reality is everything that you want and desire out there in the world is available to you. You just have to go out there and grab it yourself. And even if you find that you're that person that I'm talking about right now, where you're like, oh, I'm happy with what I've got, and it's good enough, but deep down, there's a little voice there saying, hey, we want better things, we want more things, and it's okay to want these things, by the way. But that little voice, it's not gonna shut up. You can push it down and you can bottle it up, but it's just going to get louder and louder and louder. That voice will never go away. So you need to listen to what your conscience says. If it's saying we want more and you do want more, then go and do the fucking work. Be angry that you're not further along and use that anger as fuel to get shit done. Because if you do want more out of life, then just be honest that you do. It's okay to want nice things. It's okay to want more. It's okay to have big goals and dreams and desires. People around you will definitely try and pull you down. Think about the crabs in the bucket scenario, or whatever you want to call it, where there's some fishermen and one of the guys says to the other guy, oh, aren't you going to put a lid on that bucket? All the crabs are going to get out. And he said, no, just watch what happens. And one of the crabs crawls up the bucket, and what do you know? All the other crabs try and pull that crab back down because they don't want it to escape. This is what it's like talking to people who don't have big goals and dreams like you. So if you do want big goals and dreams, just remember to never take advice from someone who isn't in the position that you want to be in, and be more pissed off that you aren't where you want to be. Just be honest that you want those things, and be angry that you're not further along than what you could and or should be. Use that anger as fuel, go out there, grab what you want, and get shit done. Hopefully this video gave you a little bit of a motivational boost. Even me just reflecting on this now, saying all of this, it's even inspired me even further, considering how pissed off and angry I was this morning. So if you got a bit of value out of this, make sure you do all that, normal stuff, hit like, subscribe, whatever it is, and I'll see you inside of the next video.